All right, so one particular exercise that I do want to highlight with the kettlebell is a goblet squat. It gets its name because we're actually going to hold it from the bottom here. Looks like one of those old big Viking type of goblets. We're going to keep it close to the chest, and then I'm going to use a wedge. Ideally, the higher the better. This is my 45-degree wedge. Works great because we're going to do more of a knee forward, vertical type of sissy squat. So with the weight out in front, it allows me to keep a perfectly vertical upright chest, unlike most squats where I'm forward. So the goblet or the kettlebell is out in front as a counterbalance, which also loads my thighs. And notice I can sit all the way down and I'm getting a great thigh workout. Now, you have heard me say before that for most people, we have to actually emphasize more glutes and hamstrings because most people have quads, but they don't have the glutes and hamstrings yet. So if you're still one of those people, I do recommend that. However, I wanted to point out this particular tool because we're talking about kettlebells. On top of it is, I mentioned earlier, tendons, patellar tendon in particular. So if we are going to work our patellar tendon more, we have to do two things in particular. Number one, we have to load it over time because even in like quick plyometrics, it's not enough time for the tendons to actually build a lot of cross-sectional fiber. With traditional weight training, we tend to be moving like a normal set of 10. And again, the muscle will fatigue and then the tendon takes a little bit longer. So we also need to lengthen it. Now, the patellar tendon has to go in more of a quad dominant position, which is a knee forward, which is also why I'm telling you to elevate the heels, because that takes pressure off the front of the knee. At the same time, it allows us to get the appropriate amount of dorsiflexion at the ankle so that the knees can actually go forward without the heels coming off. But my recommendation for your goblet squats is a lot more time under tension. Again, we're not picking up 200-pound goblet squats, and our quads can do a lot of weight, ideally, with our heavy squats. So this is a great finisher to your workouts to actually work a little bit more of the tendon strength. So I'm gonna drive those knees forward, but I'm gonna come down probably almost like a minimum 5, more like a 10 count, and we're gonna come up super slow. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Same. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And when I come up, notice I'm not locking out my legs. I'm gonna go right into my next rep, which keeps tension on those muscles and that tendon the entire time. You give me 10 reps like this at that count, and then tell me how your knees feel afterwards in a good way.